Hi Year 3, it's time for our final maths lesson of the week. So again, we are doing our last practice lesson on our addition and subtraction before we move on to some application next week, doing some more problem solving type tasks where we need to apply our skills. So hopefully by now you're all pretty confident with doing our column method for addition and subtraction. We're all pretty happy with how we exchange, how we carry. If not, as ever, the next two slides will be the methods for you. So if you do need to refresh yourself, they're there. Pause them, refresh memory, and then carry on with the video. If you are still struggling, you can always go back, have a practice at some of the slightly easier questions where we don't have to do loads of exchanging if you just need a bit of practice on that column method. So let's get started. So again, if you want to pause on the next two, I will flick through them really quickly so that you can just have a quick look and pause. Right, there we go. Let's get started. So today we are subtracting a 3-digit number from a 3-digit number and exchanging. So in our last lesson we did a subtract from a 3-digit to a 3-digit without exchanging, which was quite straightforward. Today we're adding in that exchange, so it makes it a little bit trickier. So for number 1, it says complete the column subtractions. So for A, you've got 254 subtract 126. So you've got your base 10 there, which will help you if you need it, and you've also got your calculations out in a column. So as always, we start with our ones column. So you're doing 4 take away 6. Now we know that 4 is smaller than 6. Therefore, we will have to do an exchange on that part of our question. So again, remember, if we've got ones, our ones here have only got 4 ones, so I will need to exchange one of these 10s. So I would cross it out, draw on 10 ones, or I would, on here, cross out the 5, write 4 there. I'd write a little 1 there, so I know I had 14 ones, take away that 6. So firstly, you're doing 14, take away 6, and go from there. So what exchange did you have to make? Well, as we just talked about, we're going to have to exchange a 10 for some ones, because our first one starts off with a smaller number at the top and a bigger number at the bottom. So that's what we're looking out for when we are doing an exchange. If the top number is smaller than the bottom number, we can't just swap them round. Okay, so B. For this one, I'm going to leave it up to you a little bit more. I give you quite a lot of help on the last one. So have a look at your second question even. So you've got 532 subtract 281. So have a go at that one. And what exchange did you have to make? Did you have to go from hundreds to tens? You have to exchange 100 for some tens or some tens for ones. Okay, question 2. So which of these calculations need an exchange? Tick your answers. How do you know? So you don't have to work this out. You can just look at the different digits and think, right, are there any where the top number is smaller than the bottom number? Because chances are that would mean it is going to need an exchange. So carefully look at these. Which ones do you think will need an exchange? How do you know? Number 3. So work out the subtractions. Again, as always, here's just a few for you to have a little practice at. So remember to be a little bit careful on this one. Cross out and exchange underneath it nice and clearly. So you've got make sure you've got some room to do that. And if you need to, underneath your working out, you could always do some drawing of some base 10 or place value counters, which will make it a little bit more visual for you if you need that to help you. Okay, number 4. So talk about the mistake that has been made. So have a look at this question. So the person that has done this has done something wrong in their working out. So what have they done? So you might want to write down 546 subtract 283, and you might want to work out what the answer should be, and then have a look at what you did and have a look at what they did to find out what they've done wrong. Number 5 says complete the subtractions. Now you'll notice these are a little bit trickier because you have got zeros. So remember our method for that, you will have to exchange across from that hundreds column. Make sure you leave yourself plenty of room because you're going to be doing lots of exchange on this one. If you're not sure on this, go back to the beginning of the video where you've got the examples from myself and have a look at the bottom of the second page on the subtraction examples where I've shown you how to do this skill. Okay, number 6. So work out the missing digits in these subtractions. So again, we did something similar to this earlier on in the week. So have a look at this and think, right, what will I need to do to get some of these numbers? When will I have to exchange? Or can I just take away within that number. Remember, always start with the ones and work up from there. You might want to, once you've written your answers in this one and this one, or this one and this one, work out this calculation here to check if your answer matches to what you've written down there. Just do a double check, because sometimes we can make little mistakes if we forget to do an exchange or we don't quite write something down right, so just be careful. Number 7. 2 points are marked on a number line. What is the difference between the 2 points? So work out this bit. So we've got this number and we've got this number, so we're working out what this bit in between is worth. So what the difference is between those 2 numbers. So how would you work that out? What would you need to do? Think about what method. You could use a number line like it's showing you here. You could do the normal column subtraction. It's up to you what you would find easiest. Number 8, find the missing numbers. So you've been given your answer. You know it's an addition, so you need to do the inverse for this one. How would you work that one out? And then just you need to look at the next ones and be careful. Check when you see if it's an addition or a subtraction to work out what order you'll have to do these in. Number 9. Here are 3 buildings. So A is 150 metres tall. B is 370 metres taller than A, so it's the height of A and that bit more as well. And C is 223 metres shorter than B. So the first thing you need to work out is the height of all of the buildings. So use this information and note down what is the height of A, what's the height of B, what's the height of C. Once you've done that, then you need to look up what the height of C is and work out how much taller it is than A. Okay, should be our last question, I believe. So Aisha buys these items. She buys these 3 items. How much change does she get from £1,000? So first of all, you need to work out how much has she spent in total. Then work out how much money she would get back if she bought all those things. So what has she spent already? How much will she get back from that money? Okay then, let's have a look at our answers. So have a close look. Have you got the same as what's on the screen? Now last one, it's a little bit blurry, but you can see that A is 150 metres tall, B is 370 metres taller than that, and the difference here is 223, so you need to work out this distance here, and that answer was 94 metres. So to work this one out, you should have done 150 add this number, 317, that gives you this height. Then you should have done this height, take away this number to get this height. Then you should have done this one, take away this one to get that answer. Okay, right, that is it for maths this week. Next week we'll be doing some more problem solving, so it'll be challenging your brain a little bit more rather than just having to do some column subtraction, because hopefully by now, we've done a few weeks on this, you should be pretty confident with our method. I will see you next week for our maths lessons.